So our first mock exam question here, this one's a bit of a long one and has a lot of information. This is probably a little more complicated. You might get a few like this, but it's probably a little more complicated. But it's sort of the point here is to kind of get across a sort of plan of attack and how to start thinking about these sorts of things, as well as one of the things we've talked about at different points along the way is sort of the way that they organize questions. And the questions come in a couple of different sort of categories. The sort of easiest category is there's some information, you need to know that information, and you express that you know it. The more complex categories are here's some information, you need to use that information to figure out if something is true or not, or which thing is the most true. So you're not just sort of understanding the information, but you have to then use it. And this one sort of qualifies into that category. It's not a complicated question, it just takes a minute to sort of understand what it is they're looking for. So let's blast through this one. Okay, number one. In your initial meeting about a new project, the client informs you that the concept for their new headquarters is a new 2-story office building on a site that has a 300-foot street frontage and is 150 feet deep. And they ask if this is feasible. They want to maximize the building's square footage from a zoning standpoint, presumably, but they are also worried about parking, and their program requires a minimum of 48 parking spaces. Okay, during the meeting, you quickly go online and check the zoning code and find the following information. FAR is 0.8. The parking for this use type is 1 car per 1,000 square feet. The max building height is 42 feet. The side yard setbacks are 5 feet. Rear yard setback is 30 feet. Front yard setback is 0. Up to 2 curb cuts are allowed. And after you take a look at that, you kind of run through the zoning code for a bit, there's then 4 possible things that you might respond. And the first one, A, is yes, the 2-story building of 36,000 square feet will fit on the site with 48 parking spaces. B is yes, the 2-story building of 48,000 square feet will fit on the site with 48 parking spaces. C is no, the maximized zoning square footage allowed will not allow the required parking spaces. And D, yes, the 2-story building of 40,000 square feet will fit on the site with 36 parking spaces. So it's a lot of information, but there's a couple of key things that you need to figure out first. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our scratch paper and we're going to draw this one out. I actually don't recommend drawing on a lot of questions because it actually will take you longer than just answering them. But on something like this, there's just too many little pieces of information to do it in your head. So it's just going to be a better scenario to just draw it out quickly. So first thing we say here is that the site itself is 300 feet long and 150 feet deep. So there's our site. The next thing we know is that there are some setbacks. So we got a 5-foot setback on the side yards. And we have a 30-foot setback, not being terribly accurate here, but you get an idea, on the back. So one of the first things we're going to want to know is what is the site area. So site area is going to be 300 times 150, which 3 times 15 would be 45, so that's going to be 45,000 square feet. Check my math, make sure. And then that is going to be an important thing because once we know that, we can then deal with the FAR, and the FAR is equal to 0.8. So what that means is that we have 45,000 times 0.8, and that's going to give us our allowable building area, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe is 36,000 square feet. So 0.8 times 45,000. So the FAR is a way of sort of allowing a certain amount of floor area to be built based off of the site area. It's a little weird that, but it means that you can have an area district that can have very, very tall buildings by putting a FAR of, say, 10 or 15 or something like that, and that would allow you to build 15 times the site area in floor area. Or you might have a more like single family home residential area, and it maybe says FAR 0.5 or 0.3 or something. So you'd have very small amount of buildable area on the overall site. So that's just one way of kind of thinking that stuff through. We need to know the site area first, then we have the FAR, now we know the buildable area that we're allowed. So that's an important number. We also know it's a 2-story building, so we're going to divide that in half for the footprint, and that's going to be 18,000 square feet. So 18,000 square feet, and we're trying to figure out, can we fit, how big of a building can we fit, and can we fit parking in on this site without any problem? So our key number here is actually, oddly, going to be 120 feet. Because if we start the building there, we could do it either side, but I'm just choosing this one spot. And we're going to build our building in the allowable area. That's going to be 120 because we have a 30-foot setback and the whole thing is 150. So then the question is, what is the other dimension? Well, we divide 18,000 by 120, and that's going to get us 150 feet. So that means that's our building, 2 stories at 120 by 150. Does that mean that's the final design? No, this is a programming and analysis. You're just analyzing the site. You're looking to see, is it feasible? Is it doable? Everything will change down the road, but just from a feasibility standpoint, this is approximately the size of the building that you would be able to do for a 2-story building. Also remember, because the FAR limits it to these 2 stories of 18,000 square feet each, doesn't mean there's not a basement, doesn't mean there's, doesn't actually even have to be equal sizes on the floors. There's a bunch of different things it could be. The FAR doesn't include basement, so there's lots more going on, but from an analysis standpoint, this is the key. And so we now have a sense of how big the building is likely to be, and the question is, can we fit the parking? So we have the building at 120 by 150. Our overall length of the site is 300 minus the 5 and the 5 on each of the side yards. That leaves us 290 feet space left to build on. Well, we've used up 150 with the building. That leaves us then 140 feet. So the question becomes, can we fit the parking in the 140 feet that's left? And let's look back at some of the key information here. One of them is in the online information. It says that we have 1 car per 1,000 square feet of building. So from a zoning standpoint, we have 36,000 square feet. That means we need 36 parking spaces. But program very specifically said they needed a minimum of 48 spaces. So that's not a zoning question, that's a programming question. That's something that came, the desire from the client. So the 36 spaces required by zoning, sort of a moot point. We don't really care about that because the 48 is the one that's going to drive the question. Now, if it turned out that we were able to build much deeper than that, then we would be able to understand that the zoning would take over the important thing. So we're shooting for 48 spaces. We're trying to fit that into that 140 feet. Well, that's going to actually work out just fine because if you think about a parking lot, I'm going to draw one right over here. Typical parking lot is going to be 19 feet by 9 feet with a drive aisle of, say, 22 feet, maybe 24 feet. And so when we add that all up all the way across, we're going to get somewhere between 60 to 62, maybe 64 feet, depending on how big a drive aisle we want. So if we have 2 parking lots, we can absolutely fit them right there next to each other, 2 curb cuts into the street, and then connecting across. So Then the question becomes, how many parking spaces can we get? Well, we've got 120 feet. We only need 9 foot per car. Even if we round it up to 10 feet per car, that would be 12, 12, 12, and 12, which is 48. We've got our numbers. We can actually even make those smaller. I'm sure we could actually fit 56 or 58 or something like that on this site. So going through all of that, because I'm saying it out loud and drawing it and doing all of that, it's taking a while to get through. But what you're doing in this situation is you're just figuring it out very quickly. How big is the site? What's the FAR? What does that leave me? I've got 2 floors. Therefore, how big is the building? How much space is left? 140 feet, 120 going the other direction. Once I start to know that, I should be able to just glance at it and know that this is going to fit. Then the question becomes, which of these is actually true? And sure enough, A, yes, the 2-story building of 36,000 square feet with 48 parking spaces will in fact fit. So like I said, that's a lot of information. It sounds difficult when we talk it through like this, but it's actually a relatively fast process to go through.